Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Prime Time on EA Sports. Tonight, a pair of NFC foes squaring off. It's the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. Jake Elliott is out ready to kick this one away. And here we go on Monday Night Prime Time. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. And bringing them out now in his 6th year here in the NFL. Brock, his 3rd as a starter from Utah State. It's Jordan Love.
What's cool about Jordan's story, too, Kate, is he's officially moved beyond the story of how his career began, of sitting and waiting for his opportunity to shine. Now we just get to celebrate all these shining moments, showing off the talent that he's got.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Love. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Tough one to retain through that hit. And it sets up 2nd down.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he's caught after a game of about 2. John Campbell, yet another first-round defender out of Alabama. They're on the tackle.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. And, partner, I think we just got to look at what's going to be one of their biggest challenges in this one, operating quick enough to neutralize that pass rush.
That's right, and I know it's very, very early, obviously the opening drive, but hits like that compound. That's why defenses stress it each and every week to get after the quarterback, because hits like that can have an effect throughout.
And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. So here are the minted Super Bowl champion, now in his 6th season, Jalen Hurts.
He just missed that Super Bowl a couple years ago, but Hurts and those Eagles, they got it last year, Kate. And remember, he was the MVP in that win, and kind of like he was all season. He's just a stabilizing force. He makes people around him better, and he's a Super Bowl champ to boot.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Drive starts with an option, right side. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Hurts. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And I'll have a small gain up to about the 32. Devon Bullard bringing that play to an end.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve. Some call it automatic. But it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Hurts now from the gun. This one's caught. Smith has it. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
All right, all right. Now things starting to pick up a little bit after a slow start, Brock. Last things fans want to see is a couple of uninspiring drives to begin a game.
Yep, they get the first and generate just a little excitement that we could see maybe our first touchdown here, or at least avoid another quick punt.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. A play fake now hurts to throw. He's keeping it. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for an Eagles first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
12 more yards. That's another Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Working inside the red zone. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Putting a receiver in motion. Hurts looking to throw. He's got Smith again. And he will not get the first, but oh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down. It's a sneak, Hurts. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
Barkley has the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, this coaching staff has got to be a happy partner. A calm and calculated opening drive. Really impressed with the score, how they controlled the football, and they played at their own pace.
Yeah, it's one of those drives that just pays dividends. I know it's the opening drive, but you're just taking some of the starch out of that defense and putting some doubt in their mind. Like, man, they just methodically shoved it right down our throat.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Packers nothing.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Starting from the 5. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30. The Green Bay offense returning to the field for their second possession. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. First and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Love. Blitz is there, and he goes down. drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Shotgun now for Love. Caught down the field, Golden. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
That's good for a Packers first down.
Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be second down.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Now Love on the play fake. Completes this one to Dontavion Wentz. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's... That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Thrown on first down, Love. Finds his man over the middle. He works it down to the 37. Brought down by Jahan Campbell.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Second down now, they need 7. Love from the gun. On target to Musgrave. And he's brought down to about that 27-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Packers. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit, and you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. I'm hungry. That'll be incomplete to start the new set of downs.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Quick throw out wide by Love. He takes this down to the 24-yard line. Cooper to Gene with the stop.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
All right, they need 7 here on 3rd down on what is the 9th play of this drive. Loves to throw again. Finds him over the middle. On 3rd down, they wind up going the wrong way. That one goes backwards.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
On comes Brandon McManus now to try this field goal for the Packers. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. McManus sends it through, and it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Xavier Gibson now to return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Now for the second time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone. But the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Play action. Hurts has it. Completed left side to Smith. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. Continuing to move past the 45. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Eagles, 1st down. It's a gain of 20.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Still going inside the 35. And they get this down to the 28. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So first time we've seen one of his passes hit the ground this game, Brock. He had been perfect before that one.
Well, we hear it and we know it, right? The team that makes fewer mistakes in this league typically wins the game. Yeah, that was what would you call a first mistake throwing the ball, and they still got the lead thanks to earlier efforts.
Putting the tight end in motion. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, so he's just going to hold this one away.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
For the field goal, a 46-yard attempt.
Elliott connects there. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got second down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that.
From the 24 once again. It's 2nd and 10. Dom's the man in motion right. A second down throw here for Love. Downfield, he's got it. That's Dobbs. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. To the air with Love. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And good for a gain of 4. It's second down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule. It takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 34.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And this give not as fruitful. They're on him quicker this time. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuffing the run.
All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. That's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. It's the Eagles soaring to an early lead. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They have second and pretty long here. Love now to throw. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throwing his Love on third. And they're going to tag a defender with this one.
Pass interference. Defense.
So after the call, defense in a much different spot. Instead of forcing a fourth down, it's back to first. This drive just keeps on moving. After the penalty, resets that marker. Running it after the penalty. And he'll get about 4 yards as that brings up second down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. There's Love to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're in the 1st and goal.
That's another Packers first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Jacob. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Hewitt, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. They'll go from the gun with Wilson. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, Kate, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
And this is going to be a Greenbay touchdown. The Packers can tie it up in a second after cutting into the lead. Jordan Love, the touchdown.
Okay, we talked to enough coaches over the years, and find me a good red zone offense, and typically you'll find me a good, creative quarterback, one that can stand to play, use his legs as effectively as he can his arm.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers tie things 10-10. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Gibson now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And last drive left them in a little bit of limbo, Brock. They were happy to leave with points, obviously, but not happy that they had to settle for a field goal instead of a touchdown.
Coaches love to say, on offense, let every drive end in a kick. The bronze medal's a punt, silver medal's a field goal, and now they're going to be striving for that PAT, the gold medal.
On 1st down, Hurts. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be sent out of bounds just after he crosses the 35. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First down, ball at the 36. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. Hurts now from the gun. Flips it off to Barkley, complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Hurts throwing again. Oh, he's going to run for it. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
First down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Eagles.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
First down, a run with Barkley. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Devontae Wyatt finishing that play off.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and got a nice little gain on the ground.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. Here's another carry for Barkley. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. Hurts. Oh, he was on the move, and so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
So on 4th down, on comes the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, for the try. He'll try to connect on a 50-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here comes Williams on the return. Down inside the 30. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much. Those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Love with it on 1st down. Into traffic, complete. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack draws him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of this 2nd down.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled, well, for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Might be time to reach into the bag of tricks on 2nd down. 16 to go following the sack. Shotgun now for Love. Short pass brought in. No one's around him. He's got space. And this will reach the red zone. He takes it down to the 17.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain, turning it into an explosive play.
Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Jacobs running behind center. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. They stick with Jacobs. And he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Love. Has his man. It stops. And this drive is going to continue. He's taken down at the 2 on 3rd down. They've got themselves a 1st and goal.
First down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Jacobs will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. Love now. Now setting up the screen for Jacobs. And they're turned away again. 2 great defensive stands. We've arrived at 3rd and goal.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Love now on 3rd and goal. And he scores. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take a 2nd quarter lead. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
McManus on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers take a 4-point lead.
Packers 17, Eagles 13.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Gibson now to return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's good for an Eagles first down. A gain of 14. And an Eagle first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Hurts on first down. It's a screen to Barkley. Escapes a defender. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's second down.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. He gets 6 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
And looky here, you don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next third down coming.
Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
From the gun, it's a give to Bigsby. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
His goal is pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. Work to do on 3rd and 10. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now they're left with 4th and goal. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, then let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either. Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. His return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Offense to the line. Trips left. Here comes 1st and 10. Love from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
That's good.
Move the chains. Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing on 1st down, Love. Finds the in route, complete. And he's not going to be able to add anything to that catch. So give him progress across midfield there to the opposing 46. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
46-yard line.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Brought in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. The Packers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
At the Eagles' 40-yard line.
Five still to go here. This is 2nd down. Once more, it's Love. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jahan Campbell makes the play. Well, Brock, they could have gone wrong to set up 3rd and shorts, or they could air it out and try for more. They picked the latter, and the coverage was ready for it.
Sure was, Kate, and this is why I play in this position. You've got to have a short memory. You must flush it. I love the decision to be aggressive. I always fall on that side of the coin, but when you throw a pick in that situation, such a manageable 2nd down, well, you got to learn from it, move on, and certainly flush it away.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing here, Hurts. He's got Smith. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Hurts now from the gun. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And a fair catch made here at the 17. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Love now on 1st and 10. Hauled in by Musgrave. And he'll get it up to the 27. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Just a yard left to go on second down. Love using the legs here. And they aren't going to like this. They went to the zone read, and it winds up losing them 3 yards.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
It's another rushing play. And he stopped on a nice gain on what is the final play of this first half. So less than a field goal separating these teams after our first 2 quarters, as we throw to Scott Hansen with our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. While we checked in with Scott in Orlando, our 2 teams here no doubt made some adjustments. It's a close game here as we get ready for our third quarter. On now is McManus to kick this away. Tank Bigsby here with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Philadelphia has its offense out to start this third quarter. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be fiery to start this second half too as they chase this lead. First call here coming from the shotgun. Motion man left is Brown. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he powers ahead for about 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Completed left side to Smith. And he's going to manage 3 for them on the play. Stopped just a little bit shy of the marker.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. 4th down coming up.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
The Eagles are in punt formation. Braden Mann will kick it away. He calls for the fair catch and has it at the 22-yard line. The Packers all set to get back out there. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. Shoves him off. Some disrespect on this one. And he's going to be escorted out right along that 35-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
First down, and they go right back to it. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Love out of the shotgun. And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd time that he's been hauled down in this game, and that one was a biggie. Something's got to get figured out. Either the protection's got to be shored up or the QB's got to get rid of the ball. You cannot take those kind of negative sacks.
Four guys out wide. Here we go, 3rd and long. 3rd and long for him here. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. It's a huge pickup on the play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
That's good for the Packers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Finds his man. It's Crowder. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They'll run, Jacobs. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. He gets half of the 8 yards remaining, partner. That gives him 2nd and goal from the 4.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
He keeps the option on 2nd and goal. He's hit and driven backwards. This is going to force him into 3rd and goal.
QB runs can be some of the most difficult plays for these defenses, but not for the defense right there. Did their homework. And they get an A+ for how they defended that play.
This is 3rd and goal. They're backed up to the 9. Shotgun now for Lowe. And this is going to be a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers push their lead further to start the half. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers grow their lead to 8.
24, Eagles 16.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Bigsby with the return. This makes it up to the 25. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Ball right up against that marker, but not there yet. It's 2nd and inches. They go with Barkley here. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. It's a sneak. Hurts. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stop him at the line. No gain.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
They're set up at the 35 now. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Oh, he's keeping it again. And he'll go down here. Covers up nicely after a gain of 7.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. This is going to be down to, it looks like about the opposing 36 for their next snap. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Yards. And an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
1st down throwing for Hurts. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the side. Moving those chains.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Going to the ground again on 1st. And 2nd down is going to be a good bit tougher. Can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Hurts. Hits him on the in route. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All set now. 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Barkley. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's got Brown on the slant. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards in the double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Here they go, getting set for 3rd and 4. This one's caught. Smith has it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Nick Sirianni telling his offense they're going for it. 2-point attempt coming.
The Eagles will set up for the
Flying forward on the ground. And he is hit well behind the line and goes down. They're not able to make much of anything on that 2-point attempt. Down 2, they went for the tie right there, partner, but a game defense able to stop them and hang on to this narrow lead.
I don't hate that call, Kate. In fact, this is one of those gray areas. If it's the 4th quarter, that's absolutely the right decision. 3rd quarter, as I said, kind of a gray area where maybe you're chasing points. Either way, you're behind, and your defense now has to rise to the occasion.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Here comes Williams on the return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. Out now runs the Packer offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Play action. Love. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. And incompletion is still pretty good, too.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Love. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a short gain.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
The Eagles into the nickel. 3rd down coming. They'll air it out on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And they're up against it. 4th down coming up.
You know, Kate, with the game that they've put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
The Packers send out their punting unit. It'll be Daniel Whelan doing the honors. We dodge the tackle. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Hurts. Looking for Johnson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Packers have it down near the opposing 40 after the return is stopped. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, well, you checked it down to the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head. They went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They bring their tight end left. Running on first here with Jacobs. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play.
He's tackled at the
Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Play fake, it's Love. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll throw, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. It's the exact opposite of what this offense needed. They now face 4th down.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
Their punter making his way out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Ooh, baby, there's way too much behind that kick, and he knew it. That's all the way over the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Throw left side, caught by Brown. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. Anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Eagle 1st down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st down, a run with Barkley. Shoots away from one. He's going to work it ahead for about 3. Second down coming up.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Smith brings in another one. Gets it to the 15. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a lead just before the end of his second scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles jump in front now by 5.
29. Packers 24.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
For Philadelphia.
Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
This our last play of the quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Escapes the pocket. And they're going to love that partner as Love slides down after picking up the first. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They send a man in motion. Jacobs gets in on the draw. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Love from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. To the air on 3rd and long. Finds the in route complete. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Love now. Now setting up a screen for Jacobs. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Straight ahead, it's Wilson. No room up the middle, none outside either, Brock. So give him just 2 yards on that carry. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. Gets to space right side. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take a 4th quarter lead. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
So Love brings his Packers to the line. They're going for 2.
The Packers will set up.
Right, they're going to throw for it. And the pressure's there. He goes down. The sack denies them the 2-point conversion. Well, the decision's pretty clear here, partner. You got to take the shot at going up by a field goal.
Yep, all about the odds here. Increasing the odds that you're either leading or tied if you get the ball back.
And either way, you're prepping your defense to cling to a very small lead.
Either way, that defense is clinging for this situation to go out and show out.
On now is McManus to kick this away. Bigsby with the return. Escapes the defender. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. First call here coming from the shotgun. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. 2nd down coming up.
Man, it is tough to fool this defense with how they just react to these plays, Kate. They held that line, QB keeper, it gets 0.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Hurts now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Big gain, has them across the 40, and he gets it forward all the way to the 44. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
For an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Hurts on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Another Eagles first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Stepping up, and he's going to run. And he's going to slide down here. Picked up close to 5 before the slide. It's going to be second down.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Back now, pressure coming. Short pass brought in. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
Catch made over the middle. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's second and 1. Barkley trying this up the gut. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still second down.
Offense to the line for second down. Running it after the penalty. And he's going to be taken down as this defense shows some backbone. Great stand to get him at the 2. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles take a fourth-quarter lead. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Now Hurts getting his guys set for this 2-point play.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He's going to throw it. Oh, and he's got a man open. Complete. And he gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That puts them in a much better spot now. Up 7 here in the 4th. Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Here comes Williams on the return. Showing a little burst so far. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw. Here's Love. Hits him on the in route. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Packers.
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from first down to first down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
Love now on first and 10. To the left, that's pulled in by Golden. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
From the 44-yard line now, first and 10. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And he picks him up about 4 yards there. Second down coming up.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now second and 5. They stick with Jacobs. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
So now here's third and 5. Shotgun now for Love. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 6. That's another Packers first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And he works it inside the 30. That's a gain of 7.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
7 yards on that last play, so this is second and 3. Love out of the shotgun. Finds a seam down the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
And the Packers first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And they were waiting for him on that draw, weren't they? They get him behind the line. That's going to bring up second down.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice gain. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're
away on that last snap. It's second and 13. There's Love to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on third down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
An important attempt coming up here for Brandon McManus. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Kicked well, and this is good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
Such a perfect example of a kicker just doing his job. And now, well, now it's incumbent upon that defense to give him and their offense another shot.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Gibson now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Eagles and receiver Devontae Smith returning to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage. The Packers take their first time out. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Here's Saquon. He'll scrape together a few yards, but not much. 3rd down coming up. Now timeout taken by Greenbay. That's its 2nd. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He's back to throw. Oh, he's going to run for it. And this one breaks beautifully as they're going to get it forward to their own 45. Timeout taken by the Packers, their 3rd and final one. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon. That one really good for a couple. It's 2nd down.
The tackle by Clay Walker. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. And that one's going to be incomplete. A deep look, unsuccessful. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They dropped their chance to get off the field. So let's see if this offense can make them pay. 3rd down. Setting up to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
On now comes their punter. And he'll try to hit this one well. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. And they've got a bit of momentum from the field goal on the last series, hoping to grow that into something greater with a touchdown here.
Yeah, I think one thing you find is you do not want to settle for a field goal again. Points are great, but touchdowns, that's what's win games in the NFL.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Left side into the hands of Dobbs. And he will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be first down, Packers.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
The time is there, but the timeouts are not. You've got to be smart. It's first and 10. Back to throw. Fits it through the middle. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Now, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Just a yard left to go on second down. Here he is to throw. Has it at the 7. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
They've run this 12-yard route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
Love to throw again. Caught just shy of the goal line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Once more, it's Love. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Cooper to Gene in to kick it off. And the Eagles make the play that should win them this game. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders, they're willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's first and 10. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
And 10 at the 9-yard line.
So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Greenbay.